Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Alexa, and in today's video, we are going to be picking my November TBR. November is my birth month, so I am so excited for November. My birthday is on November 3rd, and for any of my friends or family that are watching this video, I put my Amazon wish list in the description below, and it has all of the books that I have my eye on there. So if you're wanting to send anything my way for my birthday, that is in the description, and I would be grateful beyond belief. So let's go ahead and get started picking my November TBR. If you watched my last TBR video, I literally had one prompt left in the jar after that video. I'm hoping that we get some fun prompts today. I put some super creative ones in here. I also put some very generic ones in here, so we will see what we get. All right, my very first prompt is going to be a retelling or inspired by book. Okay, when I wrote this one, I pretty much just had like princess story retellings in my mind. I don't know if there's necessarily a lot of other retellings that I have on my bookshelves, but let's see what I have. All right, I have two options for this prompt. The first one is Tangled Up in You by Christina Lauren, and this is a retelling of Rapunzel, but told in the format of a modern adult romance book. Okay, and then the second option I have is Twisted by Emily McIntire, and this is a dark romance retelling of Aladdin, and this is actually like a whole series, so there's a bunch of these books that retell different princess stories, but with an adult dark romance twist. So between these two, I'm definitely leaning towards Twisted because Tangled Up in You feels a lot more like a spring or a summer read, so I think I'd rather save it until one of those seasons. So yeah, we are gonna go with Twisted by Emily McIntire. I always want to say McIntire. I don't think that's how you pronounce it though. Also, I don't think I said this before, but we are going to be picking at my usual 6 books. Okay, we got lowest rated on my TBR, and I already know what book it is because whenever I wrote this prompt, I went ahead and looked it up because I was curious. The book is Really Good Actually by Monica Heisey, and this has a 3.15 on Goodreads. I have no idea why this is rated that low. That's honestly not really even a bad rating. Like, I give books that I like 3 stars, so like, I feel like most books on Goodreads are usually in the like 3.5 to 4.5 range. So I guess since this one dips a little bit below that, it does end up being the lowest rated. And I believe this is a post-divorce coming of age story. Next prompt. Oh, that one's long. A book you don't think you'll like. That's a tough one. I feel like this prompt is kind of to be taken with a grain of salt because if I end up acquiring a book, it is usually because I think that I'm going to like it. So it's not very often that I would just buy a book thinking that I wouldn't like it. But these are some books that I have heard some controversial opinions on that I'm scared that I might agree with. The first book is Icebreaker by Hannah Grace, and I am always hearing conflicting opinions on this book and this series in general. Some people say that it is amazing, 5 stars, fantastic read. Some people say that these are poorly written, that they're cringe, that they're just not good. So yeah, I don't know. I've honestly kind of been saving this one for the winter time because it is about an ice skater and a hockey player. That's the first book I'm going to consider. The second book I'm going to consider is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Laurie Gilmore. This book absolutely blew up on the internet this fall season. I think it's literally just because of the title and the cover. Like, it is gorgeous, but I've just seen people say that this book is not good and that people are just reading it because it's like a physically cute book to have in the fall. And the reasoning for this last book is similar to The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. This is You Again by Kate Goldbeck, and I have seen a lot of people say that this is the most gorgeous fall book, and I agree. But I have also seen people say that this book is 410 pages of insufferable characters, miscommunication, and romance. So I don't know, but I cannot deny the fact that this is also an incredibly gorgeous cover. I think I am between these two just because I feel like my time is running out to get to all of my fall reads. And this one's definitely leaning more towards a winter read in my mind. I don't know, I'm thinking that this book has a little bit more potential for me to like it, so I think I'm gonna pick this book to put on my TBR for the book you don't think you will like prompt. All right, on to the next prompt. This is so long. It says a book that matches the color of your last drink. Well, I'm drinking water, which is clear, but I am also drinking a Gatorade Zero in the fruit punch flavor, which as you can see is a bright red color. So we're gonna be finding a book that is red. You know, this one could still work. Well, think about it. Okay, I honestly didn't have as many red books as I thought I did, so I think I'm going to keep this one in the running for now. I also grabbed If Only I Had Told Her by Laura Nowlin. This is the sequel to If He Had Been With Me, so that's an option. I also have Kill for Me, Kill for You by Steve Cavanagh, looking quite red. And I also have Five Broken Blades by May Corland. All right, so I know that If Only I Had Told Her is the most red out of these, but I really do want to read Kill for Me, Kill for You by Steve Cavanagh. I saw somebody post a video of this book on their TikTok saying that this was a super underrated thriller mystery, and ever since I saw that video I have been thinking about wanting to read this book, so what better opportunity than right now? That was definitely one of my more creative prompts. Next we have book title is A Character's Name. Let's think about this for a second. All right, we've got options. We have Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, Coraline, Life of Pi, Hamnet, The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon, Daisy Hates, Maggie Moves On, Margot's Got Money Troubles, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and Rebecca. All right, let's be real. I grabbed way too many options, so I have now narrowed it down to these four. Coraline would be super fun to read, especially because I just watched the movie, and even though spooky season is pretty much about to be over, this would still be a fun one to get to in the fall time. Daisy Hates is the second book in the Magnolia Parks series, and I have been procrastinating continuing the series for the longest time. I have no idea why. I really do want to read these books. I just haven't gotten around to it. Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies just seems like the sweetest, coziest book. And The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue is not only on my fall TBR, but it has also been on my mental radar for quite some time. I think I'm gonna rule out this one just because I think it could be more of a spring or a summer read, as much as I do want to read this one now. I don't know, I might be leaning towards this one. If you don't know what this book is about, it is essentially following this girl who makes a deal with, I don't know if he's like a demon necessarily. Whatever he is, he's a bad person, and she makes a deal with him that she can live forever, but nobody can see her, talk to her, nobody remembers her. And so I believe it's kind of just following her life as an invisible woman. You know what? I think I just sold myself on this book. We're putting this one on the TBR. All right, for the final prompt, we got author's name starts with an A. That doesn't sound terribly difficult, so let's see what options I have. This book matches my outfit perfectly. I am picking Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. I guess in the prompt I didn't really specify if it needed to be the first or last name, but I feel like when books are alphabetized, it is by author's last name. So we're just gonna go with that. I'm picking Little Women. Guys, this is a classic, and I actually collect editions of Little Women. My stack is right down here, but embarrassingly enough, I have actually never read this book. So we are gonna put Little Women on the November TBR. All right, now it is with great joy and pride that I present to you my November TBR. Could this be the TBR that I finally complete? We will just have to wait and see. Let's do a quick little recap. For Retelling or Reimagining, we have Twisted by Emily McIntire. For lowest rated book on my TBR, we have Really Good Actually by Monica Heisey. For a book you don't think you're going to like, we have The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Laurie Gilmore. For a book that matches your most recent drink, we have Kill for Me, Kill for You by Steve Cavanagh. For book title is A Character's Name, we have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. And for author's name starts with an A, we have Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. In addition to these 6 books, I'm also going to be adding my book club's pick for the month and Reese's book club pick for the month onto my TBR. If I know what those are at the time that I'm editing this, I will put them on the screen, but if not, I'm sure that you will see them in a wrap-up or somewhere else on social media. But for now, that is all. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment comment down below letting me know anything you want to let me know. Also, feel free to follow me on Instagram and make sure that you are subscribed so that you can see more videos from me in the future. And if you want, don't forget to check out my Amazon wishlist in the description below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. And I hear all kinds of controversy about, why can't I say that word?